that are former first-round picks. They get significant starting time with their original franchise, and then there's a change of address, right? And that's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start.
Brings out Trevor Lawrence, many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
I don't know if you saw it, Mike, but as the quarterback was taking the points, and ideally, you want to come away with a touchdown. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. In motion is Myers. 2nd down, Lawrence. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Ryan Thomas. Touchdown, Jacksonville. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead.
Colts nothing.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense ready now for their second drive. They're trying to hold on to the football this time. Had the fumble on the opening possession, which led to a touchdown. So they trail early as they get it back 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Antonio Johnson there on the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 6. From the gun, it's Jones. He'll step up and run this. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Colts. 1st down. 1st and 10.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down. Josh Hines-Allen.
Pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working from the gun, it's Jones. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he's out of bounds. Gain of about 10, so that'll help as they get set to face a 3rd down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
two of them finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Parker Washington is deep for Jacksonville. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Jaguars offense ready for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So, try to double up here as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Over Stewart there for the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 8. They go play action for over on him in a flash, and he lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more. This group slow to get things in gear in this one. Lost fumble on the opening drive, followed by a punt last time they had it. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Quickly out to Downs on the receiver screen. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. The Colts with the football to start this second quarter as they come up to face 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Jones. He'll try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Foye Oluokun.
Yeah, it's just a really bad decision, Mike. I'm not really sure what he saw there. The top of his drop, things looked a little cloudy, at least from up in the booth. So Down on the field, he's just got to regroup, take what's there, especially early in the game. You don't want to turn the ball over and put yourself behind.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll give it to Etienne on the option. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. They gain 19 yards and a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Etienne now on first and 10. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Second and 11. Lawrence now. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He fought through the contact for the touchdown. There is a marker down, but that may be on the defense.
Pass interference. Defense. That penalty is declined.
Little on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars move out on top. 14-0.
Jaguars 14. Colts nothing.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tyler Goodson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with first and 10. Jones operating out of the pistol. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
46-yard line.
From the 46, here's second down and 5. A design run here with Jones. A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Colts first down.
That's good.
This is an area of Daniel Jones' game, Mike, that I think people often overlook. He is sneaky fast, and when he gets out into open space, very rarely can anybody catch him.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Foye Oluokun with the play.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Throwing on first down is Jones. Flushed to his left. The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops when that ball slips out of your hands, and in this case, kind of dodges a bullet as this one goes harmlessly out of bounds.
He'll take off, and he's into the end zone. Daniel Jones. Touchdown, Indy. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Colts are on the board. It's now 14-7.
14, Colts 7.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jags offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. There's a short one. He's got Strange. He'll be taken down rather swiftly.
Because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short gain.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And 7.
Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And now it's going to be third down. In motion is Myers. Lawrence from the gun here on third down. Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
On the play. That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 48-yard line.
Second and a yard. Throwing is Lawrence. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
A gain of 6. And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Open right side. That strains the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their second. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Lawrence. He's got it at about the 8. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up first and goal.
First down. 1st and goal.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 35. Jones now on first down. He'll take a deep shot for downs. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The Jaguars offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. That's Charvarius Ward, able to make the play.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
13 yards.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, Jacksonville.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
A first down throw for Lawrence. And another first down.
At the 35-yard line.
They put Strange in motion. From the gun, a give to Etienne. And that one going to be thrown down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
He's brought down back.
How would you like to be
40-yard
this
line.
running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. That's swung out to Etienne. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Parker Washington was the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Here's Gould on the return. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Colts offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First down. A gain of
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Jones. He'll dump this off to Taylor. Complete. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. First and 10. On play action, it's Jones. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Tyler Warren, the man he was looking for there. And it'll be second down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Jones to throw on second down. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Jones to the air again. To the right side, that is hauled in by Warren. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Now a toss, running left, it's Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
It's 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Jones. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. They get 24 on that one. And just like that, it's 1st and goal.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only...
And he barrels drills his way into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Colts. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. Down the sideline, past the 40. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short because they're going to stay out and go for 2.
The Jaguars will line up for the 2.
To throw is Lawrence. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line, maybe a little winded after that long touchdown run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return is Goodson. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. That one complete to Pierce. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Throwing, Jones. Left side, that is caught by Warren. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Oh, a loose football. The Jaguars have it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Now, a handoff. ETN. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Second down, Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with ETN. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. First down. First and goal.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the third down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
And he's in. Right in straight. Touchdown, Jaguars. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He's got it. And the Jaguars will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Colts 14.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here's Gould on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Colts offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. To throw is Jones. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
Now Jones throwing on second down. And this one is caught by Pierce. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Jones gonna hang on to it here. And he's not gonna get there. Couple of yards short. And this is gonna be a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get it back on offense for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Etienne. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
In motion comes Thomas. Now a second down throw for Lawrence. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, they need to get to the 22, but now face third down. Play action now. It's Lawrence. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Indianapolis offense, now as they get set to take over once more, they'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throwing now is Jones. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he is out of bounds at the 45.
Gain of 22 yards.
They get 22 yards there. That's good for a Colts first down.
A gain of 22
They do a really
yards.
nice job of taking everything away initially, but you have to keep the quarterback in the pocket, especially if you're playing man coverage. You simply can't ask your coverage unit to match up and cover that hard.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
19 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
Jones keeping this one. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Jones. That one brought in by Warren. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second. And the clock will stop with 45 seconds left in the game.
Third and 4.
Here's a third down and 4. Here's Jones. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. The Colts will signal for their third and final timeout. It comes with 36 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
That's just a big-time play by this quarterback on fourth down. You can see he starts first look covered. Then he goes through his progression. There's nowhere to go with the ball. He can't throw it away, can't take a sack. He quickly decides to turn into a runner, use his legs to pick up the first down, and they're still alive.
Jones now on first down. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision, maintain possession of the ball.
And he did all he could, but he's going to be forced out at the line of scrimmage, well short of a first down. So it's a win here for the Jaguars. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are the winners here at home as we say so long from Jacksonville.